Hello Marvel Heroes fans, my name is Wilfred Wong and welcome to my channel whereby you'll see quite a number of guides and in-game video on this game called Marvel Heroes. And right now I'm playing Winter Soldier now. Actually quite a while ago I've got a guide on Winter Soldier range stealth build, and well, since he has his unique upgrade, update as well as tuning as well, so I thought maybe it's a high time for me to do another video, and this time I'm going to explore the melee as well. Now this particular video is on the melee build. I've got another video on the range build as well, so do check out that one in case if you're wondering, which one is your cup of tea. I mean, I play both and both seems quite, they have their own pros and cons in their own way. So you be the judge which one is more fun. All right. So but when it comes to Winter Soldier's melee build, I mean he's not really like a tank material. So you do have to watch out a little bit on his health and so on. Those core that give invulnerability core will be very useful for Winter Soldier. All right. So I'm just going to play like Cosmic Patrol here right now. And after that I'm going to sort of like probably just mix things up a little bit, go into another terminal and so on, just to show you how Winter Soldier is played like. And now I'm playing the melee build. Alright, so okay, so I'm going to switch to a terminal. Alright, since I have a quest here in the Hood, so may as well show you Hood, and I don't think I've used Hood as a terminal for a while on my video, so yeah, let's do it. It's a Cosmic Hood, and I'm going to showcase to you how really Winter Soldier melee plays like, and it's kind of different from the range, of course, and he has quite a number of power, and it is effective. I mean, I have to say that his melee build is actually pretty, effective when you look at all these things that goes in, and but then, of course, this is just a Cosmic Terminal. It's not really that hard these days. So, but yeah, I mean, so what exactly are you looking at? So, like the range build, there's power that you have to use on. Okay, let me just get rid of these guys first. Like if you recall in the range build, you have to use a power from the brutal combatant in order to get a buff on your firearm. So same thing for the melee build, is that you have to use a firearm power so as to get a boost to your melee power. So and the one that I'm using is the under slot grenade as the trigger to gain more power for the melee build. So I mean that is about it. That is the one that you probably look for. The one that the shockwave is the one that leap onto the enemy but has a cooldown. Dispatch is the one that has the same kind of front cone, tiny front cone as the main spender, which is the Bionic Haymaker. So now it has the execute kind of affixes, but it's not really like the execute that I get to know, because normally execute go something like this. The more health that the target has lost, the more powerful the execute is. But then for this particular one, it is not. It's just 50% buff if it is below 50. That's all. So it's not really the kind of execute that I enjoy. But it is how it's being designed right now. All right. So I'm going to try to do a bounty as well, and also just give you an example of how it plays like. Now his signature, of course, is extremely potent. So it's called the Magnetic Disc Mine. So unlike the range build is shortening the cooldown to 20 seconds. For melee build it's 25 seconds. But then the good thing about that is that it buffs your melee power, or the melee power for quite about 5 seconds. So it's just different card play style. So I think they try and make it different. And I'll show you later when I get to Hood on how the signature looks like. All right, so so very much just like this, and also he has this bar called the one that you can do an electric charge. That's called the EMP Surge. If you have played the chaotic build of Scarlet Witch, you're probably familiar with something like that. If you deal certain kind of power, you gain a certain kind of like buff charge and so on. So same as the Scarlet Witch one, and the one that we have here is just for the blast, that's just right in front cone blast. Alright, so now for the melee build, there are actually quite a few build variety as well. I will explain a little bit more later part in the video on why I choose certain things. So I've tried different things, and by the way, this is the signature. I'm going to do a signature here, which looks something like this. Alright, so yeah, I mean, anyway, these are very soft bosses, nothing to cheer about, but I mean, just to show you a little bit on how Winter Soldier melee plays like, and I'll probably slip in, I'll probably put in a clip on Limbo as a melee Winter Soldier as a bonus clip towards the end of this video. Alright, so now let's go back to training room and talk a little bit about the build. Let's talk about the melee build here. For Winter Soldier, there are two passives that are mutually exclusive from one another. One is the Enhanced Arsenal, more for ranged, and after that the Enhanced Bionics, more for the melee build. Alright, so using this one will buff all your brutal combatant power, which is all here. For the majority of the damage come from this particular tree. And also note that just like the range build, in order to really make full use of this passive, you have to pick something on this side, the firearm side, in order to benefit your brutal combatant, because it gives you a very nice buff to your brutal combatant power. Also, by the way, this passive gives you a power as well. All right, and after that, there are a couple of options here when we could pick to benefit your brutal combatant as an opener. You could pick the Underslug Grenade, which is what I prefer because the damage is very high, as well as the animation is not really that long as well. Another option is Withering Fire. Now I have attempted to use this as an extra layer, and it doesn't seem to really improve my kill time. It may for you, so you may try it out, but in the end I found that a little bit clunky to play, and also it's sort of like it has this 1.3 second kind of like animation to it, so during that time you can't do any other things. So in the end I've decided not to have it. And also the cooldown sound, like, because 6 second cooldown is a little bit strange out from the 8-second window, so in the end I don't really find it something that I would like to rely upon. Right, but it's an option for you. And so this is the only one that I picked from here. Now the passive for Winter Soldier is one of the best passive. If you crit damage rating, damage rating, I mean, whoa, and Spirit Return as well. How you wish all heroes have this kind of passive, yeah. And on to the other side, Brutal Combatant, also very simple, because there's only one spender that is worth noting, which is Bionic Haymaker. And after that, you could have the Shockwave as the Bionic Shockwave as the layer, and after that you can have the Dispatch as well as another layer. So these are all cooldown layers. So you have one cooldown layers, two cooldown layer, and then after that you have the third cooldown layer, with third layer, which is damage over time. And the last but not the least is the EMP Search. So as you play Bionic kind of build, you have a meter here that will show you how many charges you have. Once you hit 12 charge, you can sort of empty out, like using an EMP Search. So I've done a lot of combination here. I've tried not to have this one and see what happened. It kind of dropped my kill time a little bit, and I tried this one instead of this one, and this one instead of this one, this one and this one. In the end, this one is basically probably one of the better ones that I could use, and it plays a little bit quite interesting as well, because for the melee build, it doesn't really have something interesting like the range build whereby you can do a back-to-back unseen death. So the melee build actually is very bland. It's just basically managing the 8-second cooldown, but with this EMP, it's sort of like a little bit more thing to do, a little bit more for you to observe. So yeah, so that is the ranged build. I'm not going to do into the Omega system and Hero Synergy system, because that is common for both range and melee. If you are interested in how I assign the points for the Omega system, check out my video on the ranged build, and within which there's a time code. You can jump straight to the Omega system and check out the points there. Alright. As for the rotation for the melee build, the very first thing you need to do is to switch your gear, because you do have two unique item that's very specific to a melee build, so use that. Now observe that this is the new electric charge that you see when you switch to a melee build, which is a Bionic, enhanced Bionic, and you get charged up and when you use Bionic power, which is a couple of them with the tech called Bionic Arm. Alright, so it's also very simple when it comes to the rotation itself. You always go in with the kind of like under Slug Knight, because that will buff your brutal combatant power. Then you can leap in, which is the shockwave, and after that do a dispatch. Make sure it's at range here. Then after that, whenever it's full, you use a EMP, kind of like a surge to it. And basically that's all. That's the entire rotation. About as and when you have the signature, use its signature and buff the all the power that you have. So just a fast forward. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Then signature 4. Okay. So after just keep clicking, and after that EMP as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So that's nice. And then EMP as well. I think there's some bug going on. Okay, so yeah, 1, 2, 3, all right, and then 4. That's it. It's just the most simple kind of like rotation you can ever have. So for melee, all right. So yeah, I mean that is all the rotation you need to really. I mean, we don't need to overthink the whole thing. Overthink the whole scenario here. It's just very simple. 8-second cooldown management. When it comes to gearing for Winter Soldier, you could either go for range and or melee. I choose to have both flexibility. So when I gear, that is my strategy. But if you are committed to melee, you could actually build him according so. Alright, so when it comes to the artifacts for physical damage, there are a lot of options out there, so I'm not going to list them all out for you all. I'm pretty sure you all know what to do. I think this is more like a baseline plus a little bit more, because I'm using some of the quite nice gear for him, like the Hand of Doom, which is very nice for basically any hero really. I still need the meta sensory because I'm not really hitting 50 for everything. I mean, this one is still 1 rank down, and some of these is still at the 49, so I probably need better gear to hit the 50, but that's what I'm working towards. So meta sensory still has to stay, and this one is good for health, and that one is good for health as well, health and damage rating. Now why do I pick this one is because, you know, without the health component, just imagine without the health component of these two, I'm only running at less than 20. If you try to play melee as less than 20, it's not going to fly. All right. So relics wise, if you are very committed to melee, I think, well, melee or range, I think is you have to pick the crit damage rating anyway. If you want the really good kind of DPS out from it, I find it a little bit sort of like a fragile. If I as a melee kind of close range, I find it a little bit fragile, so I'm picking this one. But you know, really, I mean, you could do the crit damage rating. That's fine too. As for the rune words, I recommend Lady of the Sword because it's quite easy to make, and it's quite cheap this day. I mean, you can get the Sith rune quite easily this day. Legendary is 70 Gunir or 80x, as well as the unique is concerned. Use his knife unique. That is the slot 1. Alright, and I forgot to enchant this one, but enchant the physical, the stone there. And after that, for the slot 3, use the original sin space armor, because that is more for the melee. Alright, so as for the costume, I have 2 costumes, but I'm using one of them because I'm just using a crit damage rating. I think I still can get by without a health costume. It just feels a little bit fragile, that's all. I have to watch out a little bit. But it's sort of like, because I put the invulnerability kind of like a core to it, so I may as well use it as my you know, even for melee build. Alright, so insignia wise, pick something crit damage rating, pick something like brutal. Those are good stats to have, and that's my pet. So now, I'm not going to go through the numbers in this melee video because I have it covered in the range video, but if you are interested in looking at the numbers and so on, feel free to go into the range video, look for the time code on the number crunching and theory crafting, and just hit there. Alright, so now as promised for the melee guide, I'm going to put in a special clip, bonus clip here is melee Winter Soldier against the Limbo. Alright. Alright, this is the bonus clip on the melee Winter Soldier, and it's actually quite exciting in Limbo because Winter Soldier is not really great in terms of area damage, so, but at least not that, I mean, okay, all things in comparative, of course, and it just doesn't feel that he's really contributing a lot on area damage, but you know, but it doesn't stop you from enjoying Winter Soldier. And there you go. Let me just bring out my team up, Yeah, it's quite a lot of lag here. I don't know why after this batch, right? It's always like that. You know, this game is always a little bit laggish after the batch, and yeah, I don't know. I hope they'll fix it somehow, in some way. All right, because usually the my graphic is not that laggish kind of thing. Must be all those things. Oh, those days, and the so now it's just to observe the EMP search whenever it's on cooldown. Use it. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, it does feel a little bit fragile when it comes to like a situation like this, and the yeah, especially when you want to go up front and personal, because you know if it's still a range build, actually at a very comfortable distance from afar, right? So this is the one that goes stealth, sort of, but still, all right. So okay, so that is the part of it, that is the completed wave, and after that go into the next one. So I hope I give you some idea as in like how it plays. Like I think the range one you probably can see a little bit more what he's doing, but for the melee one it's sort of like you know, you have to pretty much like imagine what he's doing right now here, because it's hard to see in this game as always. Alright, so just get out from all this fire, or this fire, EMP surge, and it's getting really a lot of stuff going around here right now. Alright, so just mashing my cooldown here. Whenever my Bionics surge is up, then I just use Bionics surge and get some bubble as I can. So I'm actually having quite a lot of fun here with the Winter Soldier melee build, and I get out from all these things, 1, 2, 3, 4, and after that keep hitting him. Do a bubble up and get one of these buff as well, and the signature up. The signature, well, I mean the good thing about signature actually hits quite hard, and it kind of like move all the bosses to one places as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, and after that go into a conceal as well. Then no one can see, sort of, but still getting hit sometimes. All right, so get one of these buff, and the so I'm gonna just stop after this way, because I mean that, you know, you have an idea once you see it. I thought I'm going to show you a little bit of Limbo as well, because it's something new. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and for the melee build, do check out the range build as well, because I think that one is also quite interesting. You know, just give you an idea whether if you can't decide range or melee, just check out both videos, that's fine too. And let me know how it feels, and as always, you know, drop me a note, and you can see it in my video description. There's a link back to my website that has all the kind of guides and so on. Alright, so do check it out, and till the next time we see each other, goodbye. And I have a lot of demons to kill right now. I need to focus. Bye.